Folks, folks, folks. Imagine saving money for months, years. Okay, you get the point. To book your favorite place to go. One of my favorite places to go is Germany, if you don't know me by now. You're landing in Germany. Paradise. Germany. Deutschland. Only to spend the entire week or 2 weeks or whatever you time miserable, arguing with people. And then you ask yourself, why in the world am I doing this? Why did I open myself up to invite people to come along with me? Any of y'all ever been there? I think we all been there every once in a while. We've all heard those horror stories. We all have those stories at some point, unless you're one of the few that everything's hunky-dory and everything's going to be just fine. Well, I tell you one thing, everything's going to be just fine anyway. But the truth of the matter is, if you have somebody traveling with you that is a bad traveling companion, it would ruin the whole entire trip. Now, I'm saying this because I've been there and I've done that. Okay, a couple times. I say a couple times because I'm pretty picky who I take with me. Now, there's been a few who slid across, who fooled me a little bit. All right, but you live and you learn, right? Some folks don't learn. Some folks takes a long time to learn something. Okay, me, I try to give people benefit of the doubt. But the whole point of me saying this and breaking this down to you is that you need to be incredibly careful on who you choose to take with you on a trip, especially overseas or anywhere, wherever you may go, especially spending a week or 2 weeks or whatever. You have to be really careful. There are some hidden personality traits out there. Oh boy, I can name a bunch that are hidden, and that they'll destroy the trip. It will ruin the trip, the whole mood. All right. So before you go on any trip, you need to do a little test. Pretend to be a teacher, a professor, something. Okay. Somehow you're going to have to test these folks before you go on a trip. Test your friendship before you book that flight, before you spend all that money booking a flight, hotel rooms, things to do. Just make sure you have your ducks in a row. Please make sure you have your ducks in a row. This is so important, okay? Now look here. There's some high stakes here, right? When you're traveling with someone, you're just not hanging out for dinner and you'll be done an hour and a half, 2 hours, okay? It's more to it than that. You are actually entering like a temporary marriage. And that's a figure of speech. You're not marrying the person. Don't marry the person unless you know the person. That's another story. But you're going to be together, okay? You're together 24/7. You're dealing with a lot of stuff going on. In fact, some high stress going on. And trust me, things happen. Missed flights, language barriers, lost luggage. All right? And I could go on and on, okay? And when you're around folks that don't have the same mindset, it is daunting, 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 okay? Now, when you're traveling with folks, you can try your best to put on your polite filter. You know, be polite, as much as you can. But look, you really don't know a person until you're traveling with that person. That is true, and it changes everything. You find some that are high maintenance that you didn't see by knowing them a week, or you see them for a couple hours a week or whatever. You had no idea about their high maintenance or how financially irresponsible they are or how fast they get angry or upset or aggravated. Folks, first of all, life is too short. Life is too short. And I guarantee you, by day 2, this will be exposed. By day 2 of any trip, I don't care if you're going international, if you're going to be in the U.S. or a short trip or whatever, it's going to come out. If you, by day 2, you could count on that for that. But look, you have to pick your travel friends folks, your crew, all right, with precision. You have to look out for the red flags. You got to make sure that they're going to adapt to any situation or handle a situation that's comparable to yours, the way you handle it. Otherwise, it's going to be, like I said, daunting. Not just daunting, but daunting. Okay? You're talking from a guy who's been there, done that, and I don't want to do it again. All right? You got those called the financial ghost. Okay? So you travel, you're getting everything together, you agree to a budget beforehand, and then all of a sudden somebody forgets their wallet. They forget their wallet at dinner time. Well, I forgot my wallet. You knew we were going to go get something to eat, and how do you forget? How do you do that? How do you do that? Or should we even ask that question, right? I mean, stuff like that, okay? Or they complain about how everything is too expensive. The food, the activities that we do, no matter how much planning you did, you can put it right in front of them. You put all the research, okay? Have it all in documents right there, pretty. You put pictures on it, everything, the cost, and it's no problem. Yeah, let's do it. But when you get there, it drives them crazy. It drives the other person crazy. Trust me. But you got those folks. Then you have the drill sergeant, okay? Now, that's sort of fitting because I'm prior Army, okay? But they micromanage every minute of your day, right? Now, when I make plans, when itineraries, I've learned over time, every second doesn't have to be boom, go, 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 go. I guess as I age profoundly, yeah. Okay, I realize, you know what? I don't need a rush. I'm going to take my time, okay? But you got the drill sergeant mentality of the person who didn't listen in the planning process, right? You want to sleep in. I want to sleep in, or I just want to sit at a cafe and eat some spaghetti eyes. If you know me, I love my spaghetti eyes. All right, and stay there for an extra hour, and they accuse you of ruining their schedule, our schedule. Folks, it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Then you have, this is my favorite, not the complainer. The food is too spicy. It don't taste good. It's not this way at home. It's that way at home. Well, I want to say, well, go home. That's what I want to say. The walking's too long. This is all when you tell people, there's a lot of walking in Germany. Prepare yourself. Train for Germany. Maybe there's a lot of walking. There's someone going to complain. Not every time. All right? The hotel pillow's too hard. It's too soft. I mean, the complainer about every single thing. And when you got a complainer in your midst, it sort of drains everything, doesn't it? It takes the joy out of the experience. I love showing people Germany. I talk about Germany a lot because I go to Germany a lot. I love Germany. And then you get and you do your best to do everything to make sure they have a good experience, and they just turn it around. Why they do that, I don't know. All right. Then you have the ghost. They refuse to help plan your trip anyway, or research, or navigate. Now, usually when I take people with me, which is few and far between these days, I guarantee you that. All right. I say, hey, do your own research. Look around the area, find out, hey, is there somewhere you want to go, you want to see, and everything, and get back to me, and we'll look at it, and we'll make it happen, right? But they refuse to help do the research or navigate anything, so they're treating you like a free tour guide instead of a travel partner, and then they get upset. Well, how come this and that and that? Well, how come you weren't a part of the planning process? That's the question I want to ask, right? All right. So what do we do? We see those people. We got to be careful. We need to protect our trip. Okay. Don't stop traveling with us, because I'm not. I'm going to be traveling with friends. I have a lot of group or plans for traveling to Germany and with friends, and I do. And trust me, each one of them have been handpicked hand scrutinize, not scrutinize, I don't scrutinize them, but I check them out, okay? I screen them. That's the word I'm looking for, screen them. And before I buy any tickets, before I book anything, there's certain steps that I've taken and that I want you to take too. And I want to encourage you to take too to keep from any of the above happening. One, these are some things you could do. Take a test trip. Spend a weekend away, 1 weekend away together nearby. Okay, all right. If you're couples, go as couples. Get in your own rooms and stuff like that, and just go somewhere. If you're by yourself or with a friend, whatever, do something together. Go on a 2-day road trip. So don't book a 2-week flight to Germany before you do something like that. Okay. All right. And another, talk about money early. Talk about all the finances early. Agree on the budgets. Keyword, agree. Agree. Be precise in your budgets. Okay. On food, on lodging, on activities before anything. Agree before booking anything. Common sense, right? It's common sense. And I tell you what, I've learned a lot of common sense over the years. All right. Look, it all boils down to, look, it costs a lot of money to travel, okay, especially these days. But your time, your money is too valuable to waste on a miserable vacation. And I tell you, when you got folks like that I mentioned, it will ruin your trip, right? Unless you have a mindset, I'm not going to let them ruin my trip. They're going to do all that stuff. That's fine. But it still ruins your trip down when you look at it, okay? But the whole point of this video is to choose who you're traveling with wisely. Be wise about it, okay? Be wise about it. Have you ever had a vacation ruined by a bad travel companion? Let me know in the comments below, because I tell you one thing, it is bad when you are traveling and all that stuff, it hits you. I'm never doing this again. Guys, I'm not that guy. I love people. I do. I love good people. I love people that likes to travel like I do and have fun. Not complaining. Not complain. It ruins a trip. All right. So folks, be careful out there. All right. I'll say it again. Choose your travel partners wisely. I don't know how much clearer I could get. All right. Because it makes a difference. It makes a big difference on how your trip is going to go. All right. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I'm a YouTube vlogger, Germany vlogger. I vlog my trips to Germany. I hope you check them out. I have a lot more vlogs to come. I do have some future travel plans for Germany. Yes, and I'm going to have some new vlogs coming out throughout the year, and I can't wait to get them out. Guys, travel fun, travel safe, travel with a clear mind, knowing that you have some good folks with you, because it really makes a difference. So until next time, we'll see you in the next video, and Dankeschön on Tschüssies. Y'all take care, guys. Bye-bye. Check those folks out. Check them out. Do yourself a favor. Give them a test. If they don't pass it, tell them tschüss. That means bye. Just like me. Bye.